Welcome to the first episode of the Modern Entrepreneur Show. My name's Julia and I'm the owner of the Studio Paper.
And I'm Jay, owner of Modern Mississauga Media.
Together we're starting a series on how to take your great business idea from idea to a sustainable business.
And that covers year 1, 2, 3, and more. Get it?
Got it.
In this episode, we're going to cover idea creation and how that flows into proof of concept.
So why we've named these first two phases idea creation and proof of concept is because by trade, I am a project manager, so I feel like using project management methodology in applying that to creating your business is actually something that will lead you to a sustainable result.
She's right, and that's why I'm here.
The reason why is because when you fail to plan, you
Plan to fail. Zing. Anyways, let's jump into the idea creation phase.
So idea creation is essentially where you take your great idea that you've come up with randomly, or maybe you've been thinking about this for years, and you actually start to flesh it out in kind of like a business plan light. A tool sheet that we're actually going to link below
Is right there for you, so you can kind of map out your ideas, and Julia's going to carry on with that because I accidentally interrupted her, but we're going to keep it.
It's okay because you love this idea.
I do love the idea.
So idea creation is where you take your idea, you start to flesh it out, maybe even draw a diagram or describe your service. You then decide how much finances you need to invest, whether or not there's any risk, whether or not there's any initial investment, whether you can do what it's going to look like, what is your schedule going to look like, are you going to work while you're doing your business, all of that you flesh out. You don't have to do a complete business plan,
That comes
financial
later.
analysis, exactly, but doing it this way really helps you frame your mind, speak intelligibly, but not like me, about your business idea to potential investors and clients, and then actually lead you to a more successful proof of concept phase.
How do you follow that up? I know.
Talk about your proof of concept, which was quite successful. How did you do that?
So I had a fantastic designer who I still have, and her name is Liz, and she's just fantastic and wonderful. She's also in the room, but that's not why I'm saying all this stuff. So what I did with Liz when I started Modern Mississauga is I came up with a prototype idea, because I can't go, hey guys, imagine my right hand is the right page and my left hand is the left page. It's a very visual, it's a very tangible product. So that's why I created the prototype with Liz. And we had articles, we had ads, and it was more to show to potential investors and potential clients and friends and family, because they all think we're crazy anyway, right? Working for ourselves.
They always do. When you say you're going to start your own business,
Like,
they're
sure you are.
Crazy.
So with the prototype, see that little segue thing?
Yeah.
With the prototype, it was a nice way to hand something to a client or a potential investor to say, this is what it's going to look like. This is, the articles will change, the ads will change, but this is your takeaway. This is what the finished product will very closely resemble.
And you knew that you were going to invest something in this proof of concept, and you knew that you were going to need Liz all through your idea creation phase.
Absolutely. And what followed that was doing a mock print run.
Right.
So I found out from Liz how much time she'd need to do a full design per issue. I went through the printer to find out the cost and the timeline for them, and the timelines for the Canada Post delivery, and the timelines for my own hand deliveries. Again, very specific to the magazine world. It's design, printing, and distribution, and a lot of it is time-based.
Right. That's just an example of a virtual business print type of proof of concept phase.
Right. Now, Julia is in a bricks and mortar location, and instead of telling her story for her, I will let Julia tell her own story.
So I started off trying to figure out whether or not this is a business for me. So after I fleshed out what kind of idea it was going to look like, I started to actually invest in materials that I would need to provide my service, and then just go and host a whole bunch of paint events for different age groups, different people, different community groups, different
You pretty much
businesses.
covered almost every single demographic out there.
And I really wanted to be very careful with this because potentially if I did open a studio, I would have to leave my career. So it has to be something that I love doing that is going to take off. And because my business concept is quite unique in my local vicinity,
First of its kind in Mississauga.
I knew that I would really have to test it out, make sure it's something I'm passionate about that is going to succeed in our environment here. And then something that I can actually translate into a bricks and mortar space. So that took me a long time. I actually was in proof of concept for 2.5 years.
And my proof of concept with Liz for the magazine was only a couple of months.
So it's very different depending on the business that you're trying to open, but it's a very important phase.
Right, because and you can't presume things. I can't say, well, maybe this will only take 1 week, and Canada Post might take 2 days, or the printer might take a day and a half.
Or I used to say to my business partner, if you build it, they will come. However, he did not buy with that.
It's a good movie,
he was
but...
very right to say that we should do definitely a very good proof of concept. So I'm glad that we went through that, and we really, really bought into it ourselves. Not only we bought into it, but all of our clients were really excited that we were going to open something.
Agreed. And for me, getting that funny look of, oh, it's 2016 and you're starting a print magazine, really?
Yes.
But, just another reason to go through all of these steps. And sometimes you might have to go through them twice or even 3 times just to make sure, because if there's any variables, right? Just do it until you're as sure as you can possibly be.
And everything is good, because while you're in proof of concept, you're getting your product out there, you're getting your personal brand out there, and you're actually creating a buzz about what you're going to be opening or providing to the public.
Which is awesome. Now, as we wrap up the video, there's a couple of great places you can go to learn more about your proof of concept information. So you can go to your local BIA, you can go to your Chamber of Commerce, Economic Development Office. Canada Post has a great tool called a precision tracker. I never get this right. Precision tracker tool. Thanks, Julia. And you can get all sorts of demographic information.
And the reason why this is very helpful is because it helps to bolster that proof of concept phase even further by giving you a little bit more information about your market, your potential clients, whether or not you would be successful in either opening your business or actually starting to provide a scalable service or a scalable business. Also, another network you want to leverage, aside from just getting out there and talking to local business owners, other residents, is real estate agents.
So whether it's commercial, whether it's residential, they often live here, they work here, they play here. They've got such a strong understanding of what this city, and whether it's a sub part of the city. In our case, there's Portcredit, Streetsville, Lauren Park, Clarkson, Malton, City Center.
Right.
In your specific city, you may have different subsets of that. So,
they're a wealth of information.
Absolutely.
They know city councilors to hook you up to. They know what kind of permits you might need for opening a space, or even if you're virtual. Speaking to a real estate agent is great because, for example, for your magazine, they would be able to distribute copies for you. They would be able to get some buzz for you. Right.
And so, real estate agents, in addition to the ones we just mentioned, are great tools to at least explore. They may not work for every single part of your business, but do your due diligence.
It might not work for an IT company, but be creative with your networking. So you can go and network in so many different forums. Just really start to look at who you can talk to and who you can get your brand in front of.
Absolutely.
Right.
So as we wrap this up, I think I said that already. As we really wrap this up, let us know in the comments if you are in the idea creation phase, if you're in proof of concept. If you're way past that, let us know how long it took you specifically to go from idea creation to proof of concept. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget, there's that tool at the bottom.
And we're going to link we know that you're going to be watching us from a variety of different locations, but we're going to link examples of where we went to in our local community and our city, so that you can take a look and start to apply that to where you are.
Wherever you are in the world.
Right. And also, we want to know, are you Team Danny or are you Team Cersei? Comment below.
I don't even watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, gotta catch up.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.